Hey guys, this is Nathan Oakley. What do you say we talk about stuff? Alright, you guys, welcome to episode 9 of Let's Talk About Stuff. Again, I am your host, Nathan Oakley. First, I have a couple of shout outs. One to my friend, Sydney Winger. She had a kickboxing match 2 nights ago on a Saturday. She won by TKO in the second round. And I just want to say, first of all, I should say that I apologize that I could not make it to the fight. But I do want to say congratulations to Sydney, as most of her friends like to call her, Sid Vicious. She's an incredible talent. She has incredible skills. She's also want to say that she's also very beautiful, but on the outside, but on the inside, she's a very, very lethal assassin. Okay, so do not mess with this girl. Okay, but yeah, hey Sydney, congratulations. Good job, and I'm glad you put on all this work just for all this one fight. And again, I'm sorry I missed it, and I hope you continue doing what you're doing and keep up the good work. Love you, girl. And let's see. The second thing I'd like to talk about is today is the day where the Reign of the Superman comes out on Blu-ray and digital and DVD. So go out there, get your copy. I'm going to get my copy today. So go ahead and get it. It's a great movie. I saw it in the theaters when we was out for a limited showing, and it was really great. So go out and get your copy today. So I happened to come across a video of Bill Maher. If you don't know who he is, he's actually the host of Real Time on HBO, and he's also a comedian, making fun of comic book readers such as myself. And yes, I am 41, and yes, I am and yes, I like to read comic books, but I also like to read books. I also like to enjoy movies, and I also like to travel as well. However, I don't read comic books just to hold on to my childhood memories. I don't read comic books just because I like childish things. I read them because it's a great escape to me. It falls under the same category as books and movies and travel. Escapism. Even you, Bill, must have an escape for yourself. I mean, it doesn't even have to be those things. It could be like golf or going to sporting events, going to the opera. I don't know. You must have something to escape from, even if it is childish or not. You know, I mean, look, anybody can read comic books and be grown up. I mean, I do it every day. I mean, I don't do it because it's a trend, it's adulting, you know. I don't do it just because it's adulting. I do it because I have to, you know. It's part of my responsibility, and if I don't pick and choose whether or not I want to be an adult or not. I am an adult, and I do, again, have responsibilities, and I take on those responsibilities. And, I mean, hey, look, I mean, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't go out and party. And believe me, there are people out there my age and older who still do those things. And I'm, you know, I say I'm not one of them. And I work, I pay my bills, I pay my rent. And when I'm home, I'll work out or I'll unwind to a good comic book or to a movie or a good book. So, I mean, believe me when I say this, what I do separates me from the losers. Okay, I mean, like I said, I have responsibilities and I act on them. I always do. It's actually a part of growing up. That's how you learn anyway. So, uh, you also mentioned video games and divorce. Listen, on that, I stopped playing video games maybe 6, 7 years ago because I actually just grew out of it. Uh, but guys, if you're over 35, you're married, no kids, and your wife is being the responsibility, your wife is being the responsible one in the house, and you're not, and you're still playing video games, I have to say, it's time for a life change. I mean, going home, sucking on Mountain Dew and Red Bull, playing video games all night, that's not a good life to live. I mean, I'm surprised people haven't died from drinking Red Bull and Mountain Dew all night, staying up all night playing video games. So it's just not really a good life to live. I mean, if you're in your 20s, way early 20s, okay. But at some point, you're going to have to stop doing that and actually grow up, because then you have to start start taking on your responsibilities like I do. So, but yeah, guys, stop doing that, okay? So, but other than that, there's actually one more thing I'd like to mention. You remember this guy, Bill? That's Walt Disney. This guy is so famous because he acted on Childhood Memories. I'm going to tell this name because of Childhood Memories. And this guy built Disneyland and Disney World. This is why this is one of the reasons why he's so successful at what he does. So, and he also made movies for anybody from the age 60 to 60. Doesn't matter how old you are. He made movies for everybody. And he said that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. He even also said that growing up is mandatory, but growing up is optional. And of course, at the same time, speaking of books, there's more treasure in books than in all the pirates' loot in Treasure Island. So that right there should tell you something. Walt Disney is one of the most successful people in the world. And because he acted on his childhood memories, even though he was an adult, it helped him become successful. Even when it failed in at first, it helped him become successful. So, there's nothing wrong with acting like a kid when you're an adult. Sometimes sometimes you have to do that when you have kids. My brother has kids, and sometimes he has to act like a kid just to play with his kids. So that's all I got to say. So, Bill, if you're gonna take a dig at somebody, you better be ready to accept the consequences and start taking digs yourself, because there are going to be people out there who are going to disagree with what you say. There are going to be people out there who are going to disagree with what I say. So, and that's okay. That's fine. If you're going to take digs at me, fine. I'm not going to listen to what you have to say. I don't care. I'm not going to respond to what you're going to do with what you say. The only reason why I'm responding to you now is because I just felt like I had to say something to the people, because I don't want you people to be discouraged about what he says. Don't worry about what he said, okay? It's his opinion. Don't worry about it. Don't let it get to you. Okay, so it's going to be offending, but don't take it to heart, okay? So if you guys want to read comic books, read the hell on. If you guys want to read books, read on. If you want to watch movies, whether they're comic book movies or not, watch on. If you want to travel on, okay? So nothing should stop you from having the kind of fun that you want to have, okay? So, and if Bill doesn't want to have fun, that's his prerogative. Okay? Let's move on. I got that out of my system, so let's move on. So, let's talk about comic books. So I finished reading 2 comic books. One is the sequel to the other. It's about the Court of Owls. And it's Batman, the Court of Owls, and the City of Owls. I first heard about the Court of Owls while I was watching this movie. And there's the story about the Court of Owls is just a very small part of the plot in this movie. And but the story in this one is actually a much larger and more detailed about the Court of Owls. And actually in this one, the City of Owls, there was definitely a twist in that book that that I didn't see coming, and it was beautifully illustrated, and it was just the storytelling was just terrific. I thought, and I'm so glad I was able to read these. I actually don't know why I was so obsessed with reading this. I just kind of wanted to know what the Court of Owls was about when I saw the movie, so I decided to pick up these books and to read them. It was definitely gut-wrenching and definitely action-packed, and it's emotional because it kind of dwells back to Bruce Wayne's past as far as the death of his parents, and there is some inclusion of Dick Grayson as being a part of the Court of Owls, and I really don't want to spoil this for you. It's you have to read this. You have to read these two. It's really, really great. If you haven't got a chance to read them, read them. They're really, really good. Like I said, the illustrations are great, and the storytelling was great. Like I said, there was a twist in the volume 2 of this book, and I was really surprised by it. So check out Batman, the Court of Owls, Batman and the City of Owls. They're really great. I should also mention there's also a twist. There's also a little bit of storytelling about Alfred Pennyworth and his little twist into this story. So again, read these books. Watch the movie too if you want. They're really great, and enjoy it. So that is all I have. That's it, guys. I'm sorry. So I will see you for the next episode, episode 10. And I think episode 10 will be my last one of the season. I'm going to take a little break after that, and then I'll be back for season 2. So for now, I have to go get ready for work. And before I do that, I'm going to dig in to a really good comic book. See you guys next time. Again, take a deep breath, be bold, be adventurous, have fun, enjoy your life. I'll see you next time.